Well, well, well. Greetings, gamers. What time of day it is? You guys all know it is a nice Tuesday. 10 minutes past 8 p.m. CST. And you know what that means? That we're gonna have our SaltyEU today. Yes, you guys know what's up. Always here, not always, but you know, almost always here. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing nice and well. And God, this song is such a bang. Why did, like, they cooked so bad in this song? So, you know, I hope everyone's doing nice and well. Because I've been doing very nicely. And, you know, today, there's a... You should be seat 4. I mean... But no downplaying Eixon. I'm not letting that slide. Because I don't remember, like, I wouldn't, like, if I was move you, actually let me show the seating. Like, if I would move you anywhere, it would be below cap. And I don't remember how you guys went last time. From my memory, last time you beat Captain. But if I'm wrong with that, correct me. Should I do that? Okay, you know what? For you, I'm gonna do it. He beat you? Okay, then I'm gonna correct it. Then thank you. Because I had in my memory that you won. If he won, then... Now, maybe seat first, because you guys need to... You guys are evolving and are too humble. You know, you gotta get that ego up. Like, I deserve this. I should be seat 2 even. So yeah, AxlGod not seed 1, very weird. Yeah, I think this is the first time AxlGod wasn't salted. Is this the first time or like a second time? I don't remember. But AxlGod kinda nasty. Is it first time for AxlGod? Yeah, there you go. So it's gonna be trial. So you know, gotta AxlGod gotta pull up. We have 2 Axel bros today in the bracket, so you know, gotta. Second Kenny. Yeah. Meowskii, pull up. You still have time. Show up. There's the bracket. Pull up in the bracket. Let me know if you signed up. I'm gonna refresh it and see you. Axel is top tier, yeah. I'm in. Alright, let me see you. Let me see. I'm gonna give you a second seat. You deserve a second seat. There you go. And you go here. There you go. So yeah, I hope everyone doing very well. By the way, for this week, I think I'm gonna do ladder on Friday. I'm gonna probably post it tonight or tomorrow. But I'm probably doing ladder this week because I don't think there's anything this week, right? Since Vortex Gallery is next week or like in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna try to do ladder this week. Because I also need to get back into the game. Like, I've been kind of not really wanting to play the game. I'm kind of in my like boomer period. So I need a drive to play. So I'm probably gonna do ladder also. And yeah. But also, you guys know what's up. You know, you're already claiming codes. We already claimed 10 codes. And for those unaware, I'm gonna also claim mine right now just to see how easy it is. So for people unaware, it's actually, you know, a nice little website you can use. You sign in the top right corner, you can see it's cropped up, but you can sign up here and you just press this nice button and you claim a code and you add 25 cents to the price pool. So you see, we already got $3 extra to the price pool just from you guys opening the link, pressing those buttons, claiming some codes. Yeah, I think still you were first. Yeah, were you first? I think you were first. Yeah, this guy was first. See, this guy is good. Claiming those codes early. But yeah, you know, we'll remind you guys as the bracket goes on to claim codes. You know, I see all the gamers in the bracket also claiming codes. So thank you very much, everyone. And I hope we keep the ball rolling as the bracket goes on. But we're gonna start in just a bit. As it's 14, we're gonna start in a minute. I'm just gonna double check, you know, always last second if someone signed in. 16 players still. Yeah, there you go. So it's still nice. And yeah. So again, you know, as I said, probably on Friday I will do ladder. for you guys. And yeah, I'll post it again tonight, tomorrow. But it is 15, so I have to start a bracket. So let's double check if someone signed up last second. No one did. Alright, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna mark some screen. Nice 60 gamers, so it's like a nice even bracket. Everyone starts in the same round. Gonna start a tournament. And who do we want on stream today? I definitely want to see this. JUNKLION back after a long while. And TOing also the beginner tournament, so you know, also becoming a TO, and this website is loading. Thank you. And then from round 2, I'm gonna put this one. And then for round 2, I'm gonna put this match. And then I put this one, and the rest is top. I'm gonna refresh it because I know the challenge. Yeah, there you go. Challenge did its thing. I'm just refreshing it. So yeah, I'm gonna just mark the start of the top 8 so you guys roughly know when to stop playing and when you're gonna be always on stream. There you go. I'll mark the rest of screen. You guys don't need to see that. And yeah, so this will be the stream matches. And what I'm gonna do now is interrupt
that's really good.
my commentators.
Interrupt?
As always, you know, the sudden jump scare.
True.
And
You like the little title I said?
Yeah, you know. yeah, accurate, you know. I always jump in and jump scare you guys. But you know, these are gonna be your 2 commentators for today. I'm gonna be in the shadows, just TOing. And I'll let you guys take it, since, you know,
Yeah, get out of here, Talon Main.
my bad.
Get out of here, get out of here. Yeah, what's up? It's us again. So I'm back this time around, joined again by QK. So how have you been, QK?
I'm pretty good. I've been playing fighting games for the whole day on the Strive side, and now from fighting games to fighting games, you already know the vibes.
It's so peak.
This is kind of like my... because like I'm on that Strive competitive mindset, and when I transition into this, where I don't really have to play, I can just chill and watch good matches of Xrd. That's like my chill time of the week. That's why I've come to like this Tuesday block.
I know the vibe. I don't actively. It's so ridiculous. I don't actively compete in either game I commentate. It's only really like CF, and that's barely. Because if I say I compete in CF, I know I got a Scar Novak appearing in the chat right now, being like, "Huh, sign up for brackets then," or something dumb like that. But yeah, Strive and Xrd, not really my main slides, but I do love to talk about them, and I do love seeing some really high level performance coming out of these players, and you know, just getting to witness that firsthand, and then stamp my voice over it.
It's kind of nutty to, you know, it's a big commitment to actually realistically like hardcore compete at the same time while you're doing like TOing and you know, stuff for events and commentating. It's kind of like at that point you're spending so much time with fighting games that fighting games better be the thing that you love. It better be like the thing in your life.
Absolutely, 100%. Like if it's not the full passion love, then definitely cut back on some of those things. Don't force yourself too much, because ultimately you don't want to come into a sour spot with fighting games. It is a big commitment, and it involves a lot of time. And the last thing you want to do is feel the need, like, or feel forced to play or to organize or to talk about it. Right? Just mental health #1.
Yeah. Interestingly though, it's like fighting games are that community of love, and a lot of people are okay with that, just devoting so much time and attention, just living, breathing, thinking fighting games every day.
Absolutely. I think it definitely comes down to this one aspect of like fighting games kind of get dogged on by a lot of people outside of the fighting game sphere. Like they don't quite understand what it is and how it is, or how to be involved with it, and they have sort of this generalist idea which typically just downplays it. So to find other people that do indeed want to play this fighting games and do indeed want to play it good, it's something so exciting that you just kind of end up naturally in that spiral of like, you want to think about the game, you want to talk about the game, you want to improve at the game, as well as then eventually, and if not there being an offline, you organize one, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely a big one. You can always organize your own local. I know that Superjig definitely recommends that if there's no such thing as there is no local near me, because you are the local near you. Just go out there and be brave.
Yeah, and at that point, it's like you will find the people. It starts building around you when you get the ball rolling. Eventually, like somebody has to do it. For a local scene to emerge, like someone has to do it. It's just simple math.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Speaking of somebody has to do it, I'm gonna need this Greefth guy sit on the tab real quick right now, because we're waiting on so JUNKLION currently waiting for their opponent Greefth. Now heading on over, so it is going to be the Baiken versus Axel. This is an interesting little matchup here because the Azami does have function, but not depending on, like, I guess you have certain options that do connect with the Axel. So we'll see how JUNKLION. Okay, there it is.
Straight into the counter hit. A little bit of a burst bait there with the jump beep or a 5 BP combo.
A little bit of zoning, catches the air dash here, but still not major win as JUNKLION is able to push Greefth in towards the corner. Both players kind of trading, whiffing normals here, but it is Greefth that is slowly but surely building up that hell swing with these stray hits.
Yeah, timing there with those, those parry frames of, for example, Suzuran or parry stuff. It has to align really well against Axel. Ooh, ending up in the corner and out of there just like that.
Yeah, unfortunately using the burst there, but still you're doing quite alright in this situation. Both players vying for that next big hit, but currently Greefth is bit by bit find his hit, but that's a big parry. Also, it can be a big set on top of it. Will it be enough to kill? Yes, it will. That's going to be JUNKLION taking that first round.
Yeah, people love that reset into the up kabari, especially when you're working with a combo that doesn't quite kill. And I think especially on like lighter characters, because I know Baiken has some difficulties following that or like completing that combo on lighters, well, Axel not being one of them.
Definitely as the mid-weight property, I believe, to it, but nice parry is going to be catching and swapping out of the corner here. Still a life deficit with the set throw and going to be getting a little bit of a combo coming out of it. Axel Bomber, good extensions. Unfortunately not getting quite the full closer, but still trapped in the corner. Good block, can't RC it, but still no punish coming out from Greefth. Not the ideal situation to deal with both players flashing their parries at each other.
Yeah, I think no matter what Baiken does, oh, the timing! Would have had to hold the blitz a little bit longer to survive.
Yeah, watching low profiling down the tatami knife. A lot of parries coming out, 2 hits, trying to follow up with the command grab, but this time JUNKLION getting hit on purpose. Question mark?
Damn, that's a little bit of a heartbreaker there. I think Greefth was trying to concentrate on the reset there, went for the command grab, because they got the hit. Of course, that sequence is gonna whiff completely, and that allowed JUNKLION to actually get that round.
Starting off with an early parry to try and call out one of the Axel's longer range moves, with both players trying to vie for that screen position. Blocks the VP, getting a little bit of a light punish. Sets up the mix, but it is Greefth that presses out of it, sends it overhead, and finds the flash Rensen as well as the burst bait.
I think no matter what Baiken would do, Rensen YRC is the thing that, like, you're not gonna do anything about this. Even if you get a parry frame, it's just too fast, it gets you.
Absolutely, too fast, too active, like what can you do? But now Greefth stuck in the corner looking for that final hit to close out the round, trying to FD JUNKLION away, but JUNKLION finds a hit, and the RC to be able to get that conversion, sets up the tatami pressure. Still a lot of FDing, crosses over out of the corner, but still needs to find that last hit, bursts for it, let's find it.
Needed a micro dash there to make that combo connect. So a little bit of an execution error there, otherwise really good from JUNKLION.
Yeah, it's still going to be a solid mini win, right? Taking that burst from Greefth very close to the end of the round. But right now, Greefth not too phased by the lack of resources here. Immediately starting off nice and strong. Half health already gone from JUNKLION. And we're going to be seeing a conversion off of that counter hit trade as well.
Ooh, but this could be the start of it, especially since Greefth doesn't have a burst back, so any sort of big hit is gonna be big for Baiken.
Yeah, and I think that might be the big hit. No, goes to the reset, but still getting close to that life swing here. Staying right on top of Greefth, gets a nice counter hit, and there we go. That's the life swing we're looking for. Instant overhead, and that's more than enough to kill. JUNKLION is going to be tying up the rounds.
I think getting the sort of ball rolling fairly early is super beneficial for Baiken before actually managed to get the meter. Just like that, if you can't do the YRC on the Rensen, then perhaps those parry frames, you can do good stuff with it.
Oh, does find the throw and is out, and also, no, you can't quite burst against Axel like that. You do have to be close to him. There is that dead zone. Oh, the man grab not reaching, alright.
Yeah, I think that was max range where it doesn't reach.
Yeah,
Funny enough, would have connected otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, tries a YRC and a little bit of that movement tech coming out, and there we go. Greefth going to be taking a game for themselves, tying up the scores.
I kind of like that. In any other circumstances, that might have been a strategical error if you, with your last meter, approach an infighter like that. But since Greefth knew that, alright, if I get this in, I'm probably going to be able to deal enough chip damage. Because Axel does have some, you know, pressuring capabilities and rushdown capabilities.
Absolutely, and there we go. Play is going parry for parry here. JUNKLION sent to the corner, but Greefth crossing themselves in, and just like that, not going to get too much of a conversion and stuck there, but a nice anti-air is going to claim the burst from JUNKLION. Does find the way out, but unfortunately big counter hit to follow.
It had the meter there for perhaps TK Yozan. It could be coming up. Ooh, wait.
Okay.
Instead of the Yozan just going TK jump heavy. Ah, you can hold on to that parry stance for only so long. I mean, same for Hitaka, but I think you can hold on to Hitaka for longer, if I recall correctly.
You know what the thing is? I'm not even sure about that interaction, because you can hold that Sparrowhawk stance for very long, and then you get that unblockable, so I don't know how that interacts with the parry, but definitely the parry expired. He just had the yes charged up.
Starting to cry, yeah. Good looking instant air dash there. Didn't quite get the punish, but, you know, getting next to Axel is big in itself. And then back to full screen we go.
JUNKLION forcing their way in here is going to be sending a bit of damage. Greefth trying to find the air-to-ground approach, but it is going to be JUNKLION that is going to get a nice press. Unfortunately, dropping the combo to the OTG, but still keeping nice screen position. There comes the Ben-10 Sama to push him out.
Needed burst. Oh, nice! Parries both of the hits, and that's a stun! That's going to be a kill for sure.
Amazing work from JUNKLION there. That double parry was insane. Good stuff from them, as they're going to be taking it 2-1 over Greefth.
They do say that the air parry is even better than the ground one, because it's harder to counterplay, and it's like, it's in itself, it is sort of an option select when you go parry in the air, because like you don't want to strike into that, you don't want to anti-air that, otherwise you're going to get knocked down, and then like, what are you going to do? Are you going to try to air throw it? Air throwing is one option for sure, but spacing can be problematic. It poses so much junk on your like decision making at neutral when you have to deal with that air parry.
Yeah, I think the way, especially like parries along with like DPs, but just like simply how easy it is to get out Baiken's parries, is the fact that like you said, it's an RPS where she can force it in situations where normally, well, most characters just have that guaranteed continuation on their pressure. But here's a slight gap that will allow Baiken to get that parry, so you might end up second-guessing yourself on your aggression. And just like that, she can turn the tides. And if she's not parrying, but has that read on you and possibly conditioned you enough to the point that you're expecting a parry, she'll just aggressively take her turn back and not throw the parry at all, right? And capitalizing on the fact that you kind of just stood there baiting a parry.
Yeah.
But here we go, some hometown representation. One of our lovely head TOs, the Superjig himself versus Eixon. So we're gonna be battling for which is the correct orientation of the flag here. It's the Dutch one.
Ooh, reset into 5D. Didn't quite get the conversion though. 6-6 gaming, Slayer, as we say.
Oh, but that power bunker also getting IB'd with not too big of a punish. Is going to be bursting after that. Follow-up does find the next hit, keeping Eixon locked in the corner. RC for that dust extension. And the knockdown, we'll see what he's got cooking. Backdash blew through, like, the world of options.
Ooh, that counter hit Sakura could have gotten the hit. Missed it initially, but still with the pressure. And with this amount of meter, we can keep it up. We can confirm a lot of things as well, as long as we don't drop the combo. The tail end of the active frames actually frame trapping Superjig.
Absolutely. Should be kill here, but just go for the super and it will connect. So Superjig is able to claim that round that he started off so strongly with, especially with that burst coming back up. So kind of working out in his favor, especially because Eixon hasn't quite burst that round. But there we go, Eixon starting off punishing that aggression from Superjig and putting him towards the corner here.
Yeah, I thought he might be actually a pretty decent tool in this matchup, because like against Slayer, you always want to try to sort of seal that horizontal trajectory as best as you can, and for that you need big hitboxes and big actives.
Absolutely, and just like that, a few hits is all Superjig needs to get that health swing. Tries to get the anti-air going, doesn't go quite punished, but a nice throw on the blitz tap attempt from Eixon will put Jig towards the corner here. Tries to dash out, but there he is, the Tatami catching it, and the RC to bait out the burst. Going into the final round situation with no burst available is not the way you want to go.
Pretty good presence of mind there. Might as well spend that RC checking if the opponent wants to use that burst.
Absolutely, so far. Oh no, if he just went for a throw, could have come out so much nicer, but now just gets caught gambling a little too hard in the Danny step, and it's going to be big damage coming out here from Eixon.
Nice, finishes the combo. Ooh, fakes the mix-up there. That 5B could go into an instant overhead or just a stagger pressure sequence. That should be a safe jump.
Yeah, and I think with that RC, it should be enough for Eixon to kill. Yes, it is, and they're going to be taking the first game over Superjig.
Yeah, clean play. The sequence there. Don't drop the combo. Like, even on like middleweights, I think the Baiken corner combos are kinda tricky. Is like I've never seen a Baiken player who at least sometimes doesn't drop the combos. It's just kind of the natural way of things, just like with Johnny players.
Absolutely. There we go. It started off pretty nice there for Superjig, but one gold burst is going to cleanly reverse the situation. Catching through the dash, also baiting the burst, but no punish. Still has that 50 meter available. Tries to pop bunk, but unfortunately armored right through it. Eixon now looking mighty strong here. Snatches Superjig from the sky. Is it enough to kill? It's going to be doing a lot of damage, and it will be Eixon on set point.
Pretty interesting setup there. So setting up the Tatami Oki, which technically backdash cancel into jump for Slayer, unique option, can get out of it, but then also combines it up with the up Kabari. So if they do the backdash cancel jump, then they will get caught by that. Oh, speaking of that!
Oh no, look at the red bar, and Jig is just eating hit after hit. It's not looking too great here. Still has the possibility to come back. This is Slayer, right? 2 good hits, and you might just close out the round, but Eixon is a little too clean and is not going to let anything get started, and with that perfect, it's going to be taking it 2-0 over Superjig.
That already sets up a story for this bracket potentially. If Eixon manages to keep it this tight, you know, this character does some work with that kind of execution for sure.
Absolutely. You got a fuck Baiken coming out from StaleDevil. Thank you. Thank you, Stale. Thank you for that.
I think Baiken is definitely one of those. Like, both of those characters we just had on screen, probably those two and Jam, I would say some of the most hated characters in this game, because those are characters that can force RPS from like almost no matter at what point the match or the like sort of match is at the moment. They always have like some sort of unique, really annoying options, and you have to adjust to their pace instead of just autopiloting with your own pace.
Yeah, that's true, but I also think that to a degree, like, it's also kind of the funny of Xrd that everybody hates everybody in this game, including their own mirror matchup. So it's valid. They all got bullshit. This game is nice for that. Every character's got something crazy going on for themselves. Yo, he just got mogged and went to P2. You're not seeing this action behind our profile. You're welcome to see one.
Right, it's been a while. I think for the past 2 weeks I've casted Xrd. I haven't seen Shadow Freak yet.
Shadow Freak is a semi-regular attendee, definitely a frequenter of the Hearts Are Blazing channel, so he is definitely one of the Raven players. Funnily enough, there's the funny lore of Shadow Freak and Shadow Vincent. No relation, both just happen to have Shadow in their name and both play Raven.
There's that edge flowing through your veins.
Absolutely. Speaking of edge, one of Shadow Freak's very favorite tools, as you're seeing so far, is that JD and loving to just poke you out with it from really far away, and also that run through and straight into the throw as a Shadow Freak classic.
Yeah, there really isn't a useless or weak normal for this character, Raven. It's all about the neutral tools, all about the really strong normals. Shadow Freak keeping it up.
Not giving the captain any sort of opening. I don't think he even managed to land a coin, but there we go. Finds a very tall Zweihander. No pickup off the RC, but it is going to give him a bit of room to operate here. But Shadow Freak cutting that short, tries to scratch at him. Does finally have that level 2 misfire, but it's down to possibly that last pixel health, and the glide is going to be taking the first round for Shadow Freak.
Yeah, too little too late. Wish I had that level just a bit earlier. But of course, Shadow Freak, that's like your primary concern against Johnny, no matter who you're playing. Just keep Johnny at level 1 if you can, especially valid strategy for characters who can play from far away.
Absolutely, you just don't want to be put into those misfighter stance mix-ups or pressure strings, as well as any of that damage, and so far, Shadow Freak doing very well for himself, cranking up that risk, able to claim a bit of that damage, and the JD to kill the timing and hit him just as the shield expires.
That must be a very specific timing. I've never seen anybody do that before. But this is definitely something I've seen before. Johnny finishing the full combo. Very good for the captain. Ooh, but you so hard to burst against Johnny.
Yeah, unfortunately not getting that knockdown, but does find the stun, and it's A-okay. The captain staying nice and alive. Gonna be tying up the rounds here in game 1.
It's the happy little accidents that happen with Johnny. If you drop a combo, just flow into a reset. There's a decent chance if you manage to get a tech chase with a counter hit, you might have a stun.
It's the happy clouds mentality.
Yeah.
There you go. The captain trying to find a little bit of footing here, but Shadow Freak is always one of those players that likes to play Raven. Super agile and finds the snatch. Does block the 5D, but again, that JD coming out, controlling that space, trying to get that 6K to force himself in with that head and, or like upper body angle, sorry.
A little tricky combo there. Was probably a little far away. But we still got the pressure position and lots of excitement.
Yeah, just no opportunity for the captain to get anything started. Had a really solid round beforehand, but Shadow Freak is able to just deny him at every turn, and slowly but surely will convert the captain into the corner and just keep looping that pressure that seems endless.
I think at that point, even if you've spent all of your resources, like your meter, into getting your opponent into the corner and into that position where they're knocked down and you get the orb and you have a lot of excitement, that's pretty much fine. It's almost like a victory condition in itself, because you have so many hits for your orb and you can do all kinds of funky mix-ups.
Absolutely, but there we go. The captain getting something started here. Half of that health gone from Shadow Freak. Unfortunately not getting the knockdown, but still positioned just right to catch him falling down into the next. Not knockdown, but again, another catch with the wrong finder.
All these pressure resets are working out though. 3rd time's the charm. There's the stun.
I like this playstyle, Captain. Just no knockdown into resets, and just catch your opponent pressing buttons every time that counter hit, building up that stun, and that's going to be Shadow Freak bursting early, trying to get that early dominance that's so important to Shadow Freak winning these rounds.
Ooh, nice interception, air to air, double claws. Knocked down, and now
snatch, the fake glide into the grab, great positioning coming out here from Shadow Freak, and slowly but surely working on a very dominant round win here. Good blocks from the captain, but still the pressure just keeps on coming from Shadow Freak.
God, with the far slash there against Shadow Freak's forward jump, and he's still got a punish there immediately. That's classic.
Let's not forget that Johnny is not the absolute broken top tier character. Okay, big damage, going to burst there, doesn't want to hold that too much, but again, this player's trading mortal counters here, but it's finally the captain coming out on top with a clean hit, another one, but no pickup further than that.
God, if Captain picked up that combo, that would have been very close to a stun, because that was 2 back-to-back counter hit trades.
Mortal counter trades on top of that, so...
Yeah, I forget if mortal counter actually causes more. I think it's no. It's just basically through the basic stun formula. So it just checks your initial damage. Yeah, technically the stun formula is based on damage. It kind of checks how much your initial hits do damage, and then it prorates really fast as you move further into the combo. So like, basically the characters who can deal the biggest starters available are the best characters for stunning other characters.
All right, yeah. So QK with the numbers here, definitely take her word over mine. As Shadow Freak is going to be closing out 2-0 from the captain. We saw some moments of brilliance, especially I think the captain happened to win, did come off a stun. So it just goes to show that Shadow Freak really does like to press buttons every situation that he can find himself to be pressing buttons. And you know, some rounds it just absolutely costs him. Other rounds he's just looking unstoppable.
Right, but in this next pairing, who is AxlGod?
Well, I would almost, I think AxlGod at some point the joke was whether or not he might have been Pida on an alt, but no, let's play that Axel character. And
the myth, the legend.
God, no flag, holy shit. Be real for that. We don't know who AxlGod is, nope, no way.
We don't know that, but we do know that the Matcherino is open at the moment, and you can yoink those codes for, you know,
support your players.
Yeah, it's the classic stuff. Doesn't take too many seconds. Just clip a couple of times, claim a code, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. We see the frog is back in action. So we have 18 codes claimed, so make sure to head on over to that Matcherino link that Ratch just posted. Hit that claim code button if you're logged in. If not, you will be prompted to log in. Just do it with your Twitch account, so especially so I can bully you for seeing you type and not have a code claimed. And just like that, you'll be contributing 25 cents to the prize pool. It is literally free money. Also, there's an additional bounty that if you haven't subscribed to the Matcherino YouTube channel, you can do so and add an extra 32 cents towards the prize pool. There's also the Skullgirls thing going on, so if you want to download that app, there is, you add 80 cents to the pool if you're so inclined to download it.
That's a big amount. What is the Skullgirls app?
I think it's the Skullgirls mobile game.
There is such, damn.
Yeah, that's what has been. So Skullgirls ended development, I believe, for reasons. And then a different studio took up the project of kind of like making a mobile game out of Skullgirls, and it's a game. But what did end up happening was that there were some original new characters being added to Skullgirls mobile, and there's enough overlap with how they develop like the visual assets that they thought like, okay, we can also just go ahead and add these characters to the main Skullgirls. So that's why the Skullgirls is seeing new characters come out, is thanks to Skullgirls mobile.
Interesting. There is so much Axl stuff this week. Like Axl is one of those characters who you don't tend to see very often unless it's somebody like, I don't know, Pida counterpicking for certain matchups. And we have at least 2 this week.
Yeah, Pida certain matchup, he counterpicks it for Potemkin. And we haven't seen the Potemkin in a minute. I've been missing Leapfrog as of late. I mean, Leapfrog not really a salty regular, but still occasionally shows up. Same with Psychedelic Pet. Milk more on the answer hype train as of late than the Potemkin, so to say. And definitely chat, help me out if they're missing any other Potemkin players in the region. Opal, I remember playing them in the beginners brackets. I don't know how they've been doing. Hopefully they've been doing well.
Yeah, there are a couple of names that would probably not appear on, you know, just regular weekly tournaments, such as there's Natsu from the Russian region at least, and who else?
Yeah, also Dirt apparently also plays pot. Yeah, the Russian region has like some crazy killers. I remember when we were running the salty qualifiers and all that, and then you commentated the finals, where Phenom came out of nowhere and just absolutely shat in everyone's backyard with their Faust.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the short of how, you know, the Russian region operates. They're a little bit more, you know, within themselves, but they have a massive scene and a lot of like super old school strong players that some of the rest of the Europe necessarily has not, you know, interacted with that much. It's kind of the same conundrum with the French community, or was for a long time, back in the non-rollback era, where the Europe just couldn't really exactly play with each other competitively.
Absolutely, but I mean, I think, like you said, French region still kind of to themselves. We do see Eixon show up here, but like, at the, what is it, the DUFA champion, Niffy?
Yeah.
Where Niffy? Where Niffy?
I think Niffy is a salary man, isn't he? So, you know, not enough time to play because we got that real job.
Ooh.
So just, you know, home in on the big events, the upland or the offline tournaments.
Absolutely.
They have a chance.
So it's going to be AxlGod on the, well, Axel versus Meowskii on the Mace. I'm interested to see what AxlGod has prepped up for against Meowskii, because Meowskii kind of cracked on that Mace, especially with those inertia cancels that they've been demonstrating the last time I saw them play.
So there's an interesting dynamic here that you never see Mei that doesn't jump a lot, and then we have Axel who is nothing but anti-airs, or half of his kit is anti-airs, but some of the best anti-airs in the game versus some of the best air approaches in the game. Who will triumph?
Yeah, it's going to be a pure test of skill here to try and stop the other, and so far Meowskii had the corner pressure going for a bit, wasn't able to find any strong hits, and now you see AxlGod harassing them with these long-range normals, tries to send the great Yama attack with no connect, but does get that big air normal, is going to be converting nicely into the Insenga, getting that corner pressure set up.
Counter hit air to airs are like the life and everything of Mei. Like, she would like prefer nothing more than a big jump slash or a jump heavy counter hit.
Absolutely. It's still AxlGod coming out on top, right? Meowskii started off with a big old hit, but still just couldn't keep AxlGod tied down long enough.
Yeah, it's often gonna come down to, you know, jump in RPS between, like, am I instant air dashing, am I normal jumping, am I double jumping, and then you might, like, dash jump at Axel. Are they gonna fire their 2S too early? You double jump, come down, get the punish, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Wow, what a reaction. Those air throws. Drops the combo, unfortunately, but immediately recovering with that air throw. Meowskii finds the jump in base, the burst, but unfortunately dropping the combo off the wire scene. That's going to be another great air throw from AxlGod.
Meowskii was too fancy for their own good, and AxlGod is just like, what the hell is this back and forth? Let me just air throw.
just tone it down a bit. Just slow down a wee bit.
Don't look real to me, air throw. It's kind of like, it's what a lot of like OG Kill the Gear players do. If it don't look real, then it probably can be air thrown.
Just take that chance, jump, and hope you don't miss input.
It's like, what, 3-frame gap? Air throwable.
Real. Just like that. Tries to get a burst bait punish with a command throw, but AxlGod ready with that jump, jumps away, and is going to be putting Meowskii in towards the corner. We're going to see that oh-so-classic Axel zoning with the pin 10.
Ooh, we potentially have a very reasonable hit here. Sets up the... Ooh, he got the IB there! So wasn't forced into pressure sequence afterwards. Very nice on AxlGod.
It's a very interesting decision to make. I'm going to run at this Oki setup that just got RC'd, and I'm going to IB it in your face. Watch this shit. It's going to go crazy. Nice Ben 10 straight through the Dolphin. Good backdash from Meowskii, but Meowskii here in a very tough situation, just like that. AxlGod's going to find the conversion they need to put themselves on set point here. No burst available. Well, next to, yeah, no burst at all. But Meowskii with a good grip here, but AxlGod starting it off nice and strong.
Yeah, it does look like the anti-airs are too much at the moment. These trades are very dangerous though. Those were both counter hits. And Mei would like nothing more than just get a little bit of a brawl and scramble in this matchup. Any dirty kind of stuff is gonna favor you because you're the character who's got the IB, got the air options back. Not quite the punish though.
Yeah, unfortunately, and just like that, AxlGod gonna go into a light conversion, opting more to swap out of the corner here. Ben 10 was close enough to connect through that 6HS charge. And ooh, good air throw from Meowskii. Maybe get something going in the corner here. Okay.
What are these setups? They seem to be working this time around. One more to kill potentially.
Oh, drops the Insenga, I believe, but gets the air to ground. Doesn't get the OTG, sadly. Pixel house situation, and Meowskii does find the throw. He's going to be staying alive. Both players quite even on burst here, just a little bit more away from AxlGod before theirs is online, but so far starting off nicely.
Ooh, that's a counter hit. Jump too heavy.
Yeah, Meowskii not letting up immediately, getting that pressure going right back in, but the tech throw is going to be good. The gold burst whiffs. Let's snap it a little too far away.
There we go with the hit. We have the 25 meter as well if we want to use it on YRC shenanigans. There's one of the kind.
So far, AxlGod kind of eating dirt here a little bit. Is low on health. Doesn't win the Blitz War, and with that dust combo, is it enough to kill here? And Senga doesn't have meter to be able to get the extension. OTG won't do it, but tech buttons from AxlGod is going to put themselves back in a fighting position, though that's quite a mountain for them to climb back from, but the super is going to close it out. Meowskii ties up.
Nice, still alive. Was looking dire for a moment there. AxlGod was just completely controlling the pace of the match. Even like the most successful jump-in attempts were trades, usually in AxlGod's favor, because you know you're still probably picking up the combo after a 2S counter hit.
Absolutely, and a nice anti-air parry is going to be leading to a little bit of more of that extension. Axel Bomber to send them away, meaty sickle flash, but Meowskii finding the jump in and the burst bait on top of it. No punish, but still keeping on AxlGod here. Wanting to push them towards the corner. The heavy dolphin trade, but still, again, no pickup.
Double jump, nice with that dash momentum, goes over that 2S.
Now standing away now, still has to approach, right? Has to find an opportunity to get that live swing going their way, but Meowskii still eating some damage. Does find the tech buttons air-to-air hit. He's going to be getting that Nsenga knockdown in the corner. AxlGod tries to get the bent in. That's a big starter, but no full conversion. Good. Oh, nice DP and the burst bait out on top of it. This is disastrous for Meowskii going into set point with 0-0-0 burst meter.
I can kind of understand, because if AxlGod gets any sort of hit and brings it to neutral, it's over with the amount of, you know, Rens and YRCs that they can do. So Meowskii wanted to desperately stay in there and get the win on that round. However...
Oh, this time coming out on top on the Blitz War is going to be driving Meowskii into the corner, blocks the overhead, and a good challenge on top of it to get a small punish going. Bit by bit. Oh, jump, yeah.
Nice, I got the punish as well. Knows that you have to jump between those hits, otherwise it's not punishable.
Absolutely, so slowly but surely getting that live swing, but the Ben 10s are always ready from AxlGod to challenge those dolphin approaches. PRC into the anti-air is going to do it, and AxlGod's going to be taking it 2-1 over Meowskii.
Yeah, even when you whiff a very, you know, slowly recovering poke, you can always save yourself with that 50 meter, even on a PRC. And like Axel really a character that doesn't deal that much damage unless it is anti-airs. Like anti-airs are his lifeblood. So you'll happily, probably happily most of the situations you're gonna spend 50 meter as long as it gets you an anti-air. So that's both of the Axel players. Yeah, both of the Axel players moving on in the in the winners bracket side of things.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen AxlGod and Pida in the same room, so maybe that might get dispelled later on. Or, coincidentally, AxlGod might just end it a little short before having to face off against Pida. Curious. But,
Would Pida, though,
to be claimed.
Would Pida switch to Axel just for the memes to go mirror match? If it came to Pida versus AxlGod?
I don't know, that would be torture on us, I think.
I'm honestly like getting a glimpse of that good old Pida Axel every time you can get that footage. I'm like no matter what kind of situation is, I'll take it. But a slightly different kind of mirror match coming here. Pida Raven versus Shadow Freak Raven.
I believe there was a little bit of a funny where Shadow Freak did knock down Pida the last time, although Pida wasn't on top form. It's definitely looking to get a little bit of that run back here and starting off nice and strong. As Shadow Freak locked down in the corner, getting some light trades, but that's that JD ever present, and it's going to be swinging Shadow Freak.
I can understand why people say it's Shadow Freak's like kind of like forte or special feature, because I don't see a lot of Raven players using the jump D quite like that, almost as like a TK.
But it's kind of good. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you use it? So there we go. We're already seeing a difference here in the Raven performance, as not only is Pida taking that first round, also just like the sheer difference in excitement build-up has been so much stronger on the side of Pida.
Yeah, I think like the biggest difference that separates Pida from other European Ravens or just any Western Ravens is how he manages the excitement gauge. It's like many Raven players completely ignore it or partly ignore it, but for Pida, it's like kind of like the whole game plan.
Yeah, especially just like that, right? 2 hits, maximum excitement already. Getting that Blitz RC, just like, oh my god, also just the throw bait Oki, putting you into the orb, massive damage, that 30% damage buff coming up from the excitement gauge, has that full stick of butter available to them. RC.
Wow! The jump heavy actually catching Pida off the recovery of the super.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, like, he RC'd underneath it, but very difficult to throw out an option in that time, so good awareness from Shadowfreak to just press a button. Now finding these hits slowly but surely. Doing a left-right mix-up on top of it.
What? We got those on Raven? Hello? Gotta be careful with the pink life though. Any hit might be successful, but it's Pida who gets the hit and into the mix-up. And this is tough. The multi-hitting jump heavy. How many overheads into how many, you know, into a low is it gonna be?
You will never know. Sometimes it's like, what is it, like 3, 4, 4, 5 hits. Sometimes 1, sometimes not any at all. It just cancels the glide short and hits you with a low. Oh, and the creepy crawly walking forward, getting that ground throw is gonna get that double scratch to slowly build up that excitement. Already has that level 1 or level 2 active, so it's gonna get some slide combo extension here just off that counter trade there.
Shadowfreak into the orb, and the burst misses. You know, with a massive advantage, has basically all the resources in the world, while Shadowfreak now has absolutely none. Not even life.
Oh, is he enough to kill here? Ooh, just going for the super. Yes, that will do it. I mean, even 2D is so nasty at catching. It's an auto burst bait. You do low profile way too hard, and people just go fly right on top of you, and you just get a burst bait for free like that.
Gotta love the burst bait metagame of Guilty Gear Strive. After, you know, being with Strive where it's kind of like global burst, you go back to this good old game where a lot of things can just whip out Strive because the burst has such a small range.
Absolutely, and also the fact that like you rise up into the air. But with that burst super, knowing Pida, this should be the kill here. GG's coming out from Shadowfreak, and that will do it. Pida making it a quick 2-0 over Shadowfreak.
Yeah, got some couple of really good opportunities there, especially during the first round where both players were super low health, and I'm still hung up on the left-right mix. It's like set up orb, go to the other side, get the hit. I think the only downside of that is that it's probably not very feasible to hit confirm out of that for Raven. Maybe on how high excitement? I don't know.
Who is to say? Actually, I have no idea as well either, but in Pida we trust.
It's kind of like, this game is such a nutty fighting game where even though the development has finished for a very long time and like people think that, all right, maybe this game is solved at this point, but people still can come up with like completely new tech out of nowhere, and it's like, whoa, bro, this actually changes everything.
It's true. I mean, it's also, it doesn't even have to go as minute as like tech, because one of the main things that happened with Xrd, especially like during the delay eras and once they finished after Rev 2.1, was the answer character was kind of left to the wayside because a lot of people weren't too interested in dropping their longtime mains to pick up a new character, and also didn't have that legacy of Baiken players waiting for their character to come back from XX. So when the rollback patch came out and a new wave of Xrd players came in, they saw this answer character, they're like, oh yeah, I want to play this answer character, and a lot of information finally came out from that character, including the fact that he kind of just sucks against characters for fun.
Yeah, I remember a lot of like very strange, like the more rare characters. Knowledge about those characters was kind of locked behind being able to understand Japanese, because it was kind of like time period where like Mikado was a thing, and like the Japanese community were just always a step ahead of the West, and they had their, you know, their strong players, and they had, you know, couple of really good Axl players there, and some of the tech was sort of circulated in only the Japanese language. So if you had the capability of, you know, deciphering moon runes, maybe you knew a thing or two. Yeah. Or maybe if you managed to travel to Japan and play, you know, some of these gods, maybe you got the experience, but otherwise, probably not.
That's the case of D.I.r.a, right? D.I.r.a, the Korean businessman frequenting Japan, becoming one of the cracked players by just frequenting the area and playing those arcades, getting his teeth kicked in, but ultimately it came out on top for him.
I remember in my young days when people still didn't know about D.I.r.a, and I met him in the arcades. In fact, it was one of the Odd Show events where we formed like a international team together that I got to know D.I.r.a for the first time. Anyway, match!
Match indeed. It's going to be AxlGod versus Eixon. AxlGod starting off nice with the pressure here, but Eixon finding some small hits, and just like that, AxlGod cracks into the corner, and a burst bait on top of it. You hate to see it.
The reset finishes the combo. Be a safe jump of sorts. Nah, just parrying the far range poke from Axl. And how the parry frames usually work. Oh, misses the timing there. Usually, like when you're the player who is late on the blitz charge, you have more option than your opponent, because your opponent comes like they run out of time first to let go their blitz, and you kind of know their maximum amount of time they can charge. So you can then at least, like the latest time you let go is match that timing. And
I think AxlGod's been coming out on top of those blitz holds so far, but still dropping around against Eixon, and again finding himself stuck in the corner, holding quite a grip of damage. That gut's gonna be kicking in, but still, you don't want to be put at this point too early.
Nice play there from AxlGod, delaying their tech. That's the god tech of Guilty Gear. Delaying your tech and not getting hit by the earliest tech chase attempt from the opponent. Ooh, that's a counter hit 6 heavy.
Oh, but drops a combo unfortunately, but still finds a trade, keeping Eixon locked in the corner. Double overhead, gets a little light conversion going, not going to be quite killed just yet, but Eixon opts to jump out. Tatami catches him. There's the big parry in the air, and the burst bait on top of it, but no punish, but does find the 2HS to close out game 1.
God, oh, I think most, if not all, of the bursts were baited in that game. It's just
I think at least one gold burst connected from Eixon to AxlGod. The rest, yeah, I think they were all just baited out.
That's sort of like one of the like earliest adjustments. Ooh, that was a clean air throw. We were talking about how to counter that, you know, that parry air throw. One option, definitely.
Absolutely, and AxlGod has been on point with these air throw options, as well as that run-up throw, gets a micro dash with that little extension, opting to just drop, maybe see that tech forward, and then getting that 2S reset. But Eixon, you know, the lights are on up there.
Good instant air dash, missed the combo though, so allowing AxlGod to get DP in between that sequence. And this is tough, low health, and AxlGod has so much meter.
Oh, tries the backdash. Nice 6HS. Is going to catch the backdash meaty. And the Rensen will do it to chip out Eixon.
Yep, always the nail in the coffin. Rens and YRC at the end of the round. If you're chippable, Axl players will go for it. Play multiple times in a row. That's one of the most chipping things in the game.
Okay, that parry just happened. It's going to be bursting out though, because AxlGod finding his way out on top consistently through these situations, keeping Eixon at bay with these big sickle normals.
Yeah, notice that they were too far to get the air throw probably that time, so chose to just back from that situation after the PRC. Better safe than sorry. Probably the sort of the mantra for zoning characters. No need to take a risk when your opponent needs to come to you. Like, sure, these like characters like Axl, they can rush down and probably have better rewards at point blank. But then, why should I? I can deal with my shit rewards when the opponent has no rewards whatsoever.
Absolutely, and also the fact that like if they do get on you, you say the safe, better safe than sorry. Just gave this character DP.
That still blows my mind. Old Gilded Gear. A zoner with a DP. Gotta, like...
Yeah, there you go. Back off, and yep, big old up follow-up is going to be claiming the burst from Eixon. But again, just controlling that space, but presses into the Azami. Eixon going to get some damage. Hard baits the burst. That was a very long wait.
A nice presence of mind and commits to it. But now, unfortunately, due to the situation, lost the powerful superior position. This time completely waits for the landing frames before going for the throw. AxlGod staying in control perfectly. How did we get there?
Nice spacing, has that 50 tension available. There's still a lot of FD available, but okay, wait. So did Tsubaki just immediately 2S again? 6k into 2S, and that just punished the Tsubaki attempt. So had to hold that parry a little longer to beat out the canceling chart from AxlGod.
I got the bait, but on the normal, too heavy. I think, you know, the classic Baiken problem. You can't confirm hits from that range. You usually have to be a little closer to make your good folks go into good combos.
Absolutely, and I think what we're seeing here is also the fact that we're seeing one of those desirable things coming out from Axel, where they are able to combo off of their throw. So usually when you see an Azami, the safest thing is just to run up and get that throw going against them, just get that clean punish no matter what. But Axel is able to extend it a lot further, and just like that is building themselves a solid life lead. Just needs 1 or 2 more hits here to close down Eixon, or it's just going to be a one big old Ben 10 Sama. AxlGod is going to be taking it 2-1.
Yeah, from IB to a DP, you already know. In the good old game, when you get an IB, you reduce at least 2 frames from the block stun, often allowing you to find interruptions with, especially DP, because like if you have 1 frame gap, then it's good.
Mm-hmm. I see Stale said it as a fake DP, so I need some elaboration on that. What do you mean by that? And while we wait on Stale to type out his elaboration, hopefully we are. How many codes have we claimed here? 22. So definitely good moves here so far. So thank you everybody for claiming those codes up until now. We still got plenty of codes available. So definitely do not hesitate to hit out that !Match Reno. Click on that link. Head over to the Match Reno site and hit that claim code button. If you're not logged in already, do so with Twitch or one of these many other accounts you can log in with, and you'll be contributing 25 cents to the prize pool. It is free money. Help support these players.
Yeah. I mean, one thing certainly for Axel DP is it's a little slower than many others. And is it also air blockable?
He says it's an all guard, so that would make it air blockable.
Yeah.
It's fun, I mean, like rewire my central fiction brain because he says it's technically a projectile. I'm like, that's Pog. That shit is like some of the best DPs in central fiction are projectiles because of the property system in that game. But here it don't matter too much because you have shifting hurt boxes type of invulns.
Yeah, it kind of like that kind of properties make it have some extra counterplays, but in the end of the day, like you're looking for a reversal. So you're probably gonna be like, especially on a character like Axel, you're probably happy with just about anything that you can get. It is still, mid startup reversal, and it does its job.
Absolutely, and I think the way we've also been seeing AxlGod utilize it throughout the match against Eixon is, as well as Meowskii actually, is whenever there's a gap, and especially during Meowski's dolphin attempts, he just lets it rip, and it doesn't matter what kind of startup or the fact that you can jump block it. You will beat through these active frames because unless they're RCing, they just gotta hold that.
Right, Stale and Meowskii next. So these would be, I think at the moment, the number 2 and number 3 seeds of the tournament.
Are we that far already? Yeah, we are. They're down here in loser side, huh? Wait a minute.
Wait, who? I was like, who killed Meowskii? I think we watched that.
Yeah, AxlGod killed Meowskii.
Damn, he really is a god then.
Yeah, absolutely, and there we go, StaleDevil, a very unorthodox style of Soul player. Definitely knows his stuff about the funny Xrd game, but decides to play it in such a way that he looks like he does it.
Yeah, and previous week, like I think Stel had like one of the best performances that I've seen from him in a while. Not only defeating, you know, his short-term nemesis, TheCaptain, who had beat him twice, managed to finally conquer him, and also took down Ziz. That was a pretty nutty thing. What?
Oh, the ground Viper, no RC to be able to make it safe. So Meowskii gonna get that command grab, put him back. Wow, what is that routing?
What? The routing, and then still got the tech out and went straight into a throw. There was a lot of stuff happening that round.
Straight Neta combo on this guy. Oh my god. Also the throw, air throw on the tank. But
Cross to the other side.
Yeah, wasn't quite ready for that, but still finds that ground throw and into the beach ball. Is going to be landing a little extension as well as that knockdown into the corner. Stale does try to find his way out, but unfortunately Dolphin catching. Still not able to find any landing here. Does have that RC to make that ground Viper safe this time and gets that jump in. Finally, we'll see what some kind of pressure he's got cooked up here.
Every time you manage to hit, try to do heavy anti-air, but anti-airing that BB is so difficult. Stay with the combo, we have 50. Could be mix-up time, could be Dragon Install time.
We're seeing so far good boss man from StaleDevil, but no, it's just going to be the ground Viper, and Stale's going to be making it a 2-round game win, taking the first one.
It must have been such a, Stale must have resisted so much the urge to Dragon Install there. It's like, am I just gonna get the thing that probably gets me the win, or the fancy thing? It's like
shout outs to Krakatoa for making a bot that calls it out whenever you Dragon Install into dying anyways.
A little bit of a scramble here, lots of cross frames out of that meaty gun flame. Ooh, coming down with the Kurakero.
Yeah, interesting air saw option there, paying off massively here for StaleDevil. We'll be seeing that full corner combo. Tries to get that wild throw, but unfortunately doesn't hit, and also gets his burst low profiled. Like buttons though.
Yeah, Meowskii tried to go for a reset there. I think it's realistic because I made too heavy combos are a little hard without the counter hits. So you might sometimes want to be resetting out of those instead if you're not feeling that you can get it completely.
Also, man, StaleDevil doing some war crimes there. 2D anti-air, just like making the J2H whiff into ground. Alright, bro.
Ooh, interesting trade. Into baits the DP. Has to deal with the little bit of RPS there afterwards, because Soul can delay their air momentum by going into the DP follow-up.
Yeah, and especially the fact that, you know, they recover pretty much the moment their feet hit the ground. Does get an interesting side swap here, currently letting all kinds of specials rip across each other here. Nothing's connecting until ultimately it does. StaleDevil, oh my god, just instantly lets it go with a big gamble, and unfortunately the gamble not going in the way of StaleDevil. He's going to be hitting this in Senga knockdown.
Ooh, not getting bamboozled by the fake. On the gunflame attempt, Meowskii presses a button and finishes the combo as well. It's one thing to mash, but other thing to just convert into the combo that kills.
Absolutely here. So Meowskii potentially on staying alive point here, but StaleDevil is willing to fight for both players. Using their burst pretty early though. Meowskii did connect, so they get refunded a lot more burst gauge than StaleDevil's did. But man, he's just not letting this DPs rest.
I was like, Meowskii has baited almost every single one of them, but now I think they were like, this time he's not gonna DP, is he? No, he will. He will.
That's the fun of playing into StaleDevil. This guy is unconditionable. He will always DP to his own detriment.
And then at that point, it's kind of like you're, ooh, but wait a second, from the clash into DP by Stale. Holding technically, here we go!
Oh, tries to do the command grab in, trying to chase down Meowskii, but so far nothing connecting. Does go for the right stamp, does connect him. That's going to be a deinstall very shortly. He's trying to find his way in, does get that break, so that's going to be a good. Oh my god, the big 6H has started!
God, Stale, how did you get away with that? Barely getting the literally the last frame, last special move, finds its mark, knocks Meowskii down, and allows Stale to, you know, even after losing all that meter, still able to get a meaty there. And what a meaty. Counter hit 6 heavy. One of the better starters that Sol can get.
I like the way up of options here because he just goes like, okay, I'm down to a last pixel health. Meowskii can try something here, like literally anything, and they have the health to operate a bit from it. So what can I do to just go for the big hard call out that can close out the game? Yeah, the fattest starter I have, 6 HS counter hit.
He's kind of like, oh, Stale. I love Stale.
Also, shout out to the fact that he also just does it all on analog.
Yeah. I don't even know how that works. It's absolute like black magic from a stick player's point of view.
Yeah, I just say like I remember when I first picked up a fighting game, it was Mortal Kombat X, and I was like, all right, well, here is the PS4 pad, so I'm going to be using the analog stick, and I'm just like, why am my character constantly jumping? This is annoying. And it's like, oh,
yeah.
I played this on D-pad. And then now, eventually I get in my stick journey, and then years later, I eventually attend my first ZF, and what do I see? A Soul player playing on analog? No way, man.
It's kind of like, if you can't handle the D-pad, like if your like finger is too soft, such as like I used to be a pad player in my wild youth, but I had to switch to stick because my finger just couldn't handle it anymore. But at that point, like if the switch is from D-pad to analog, then that's literally the same as going stick, right? It's almost like, I don't know. Anyway,
to a degree. I mean, Stale's here, dude. Why do you play on analog? Let the people know. We're gonna go into JUNKLION versus TheCaptain. Good to see TheCaptain still staying alive here in this bracket. We'll see if we can get anything started into this game, because I think one of the issues we saw Captain do into Baiken's last time was trading a little bit too many of those coins to clash with those tatami mats.
Ooh, got the hit there on the startup. Johnny far slash very fast and able to catch people on their way up. Yeah,
and unfortunately, not able to quite land something quite strong here. No hard knockdown. Is going to be spamming that burst. Trying to hunt JUNKLION down here, but still JUNKLION coming out on top. Trying to dash in, but again, JUNKLION checking the approach. Once again, checking the approach. There's no footing here for TheCaptain.
Yeah, I think because Captain was still on level 1. Oh no, got the level 2, but missed the combo. So now they'll have to fight out of this. What was that crossover?
Oh my god, just hits the Azami anyways. He goes like, you know what? You're not holding it past for the misfinal. There's going to be a big misfinal starting it. Down to his last coin. Drops it, unfortunately, so there it goes off the screen. It's only going to be level 1 Johnny from here on out. Does have these combos, does get this knockdown. It's going to be 1 or 2 more hits. And I think, yeah, he's going to eat shit there.
Yeah, very interesting option there. Chose to hold the Mistfinder stance in the air, which does keep you airborne a little longer. So maybe a hard read on a reversal throw?
Potentially, but we'll see if it can make something stick a little bit more here. Safe. Burst safe combo coming out here from JUNKLION, trying to bait that response. Again, Azami's catching those long-range Johnny normals, forcing their way in on Johnny, but the coin anti-air, and that's not really how you want to burst Johnny sometimes.
Yeah, it's a very classic problem though. Like, if you ask even the OG players how to burst Johnny, is like a lot of them have like no realistically good options for you. Some like to burst the OTG coin, but then even that has counterplay from Johnny. It's tough.
You ask OGs, how do I burst Johnny? And they just post that picture of the guy putting his palm on the other guy's hand, like shoulder, like, it's okay, dude. We'll get through it together.
IK? No, IK.
No, IK. Couldn't build up the meter in time. They just try to go for a bunch of 5Ps for that Guts Crush, but it was a good, ways off, but does find the next hit to close it out.
Alright, because the Captain didn't have the round yet. I was looking at the wrong score meter.
We're still also the first game. This is going quite the distance here.
Ooh, close slash so fast, catching the startup frames of the JUNKLION's jump. Now the execution check. Do we got it? Yes, indeed. Set it up.
Ooh, dead angle connecting through despite the RC, but still. The Captain locked into the corner here, not blocking that low, and it's going to be another combo for the JUNKLION, slowly but surely inching themselves towards that first game win, but a big drop. gonna be has to be made safer for the burst.
It's a very, very big difference between like Strive or an Xrd. If you try to burst the opponent into the corner in this game, there is no hard knockdown out of that, so people can just tech straight away. Some 5D tap. Found the hit still.
Yeah, down to the last level 2 is gonna be claiming out. Does have that extension, but unfortunately doesn't get that Zweihander. The gold burst whiffing and just landing with the 5D. The captain just. Oh, 5D punish on the crouching zombie on top. Very nice stuff there.
Funny thing about Johnny's 5D is that I think it's rather neutral on block. In fact, if you do it as a melee, I think it can be plus. But he's just like that, I forgot. It's one of those 5Ds that are like basically impossible to punish.
One of those classic Xrd things where characters have universal tools that aren't universally built the same.
Got out of the corner, taking a little bit of a combo as a trade-off. Usually a good trade-off, but back in there.
That's going to be a nice little extension here, building up that level 3, getting that hard knockdown. I haven't seen that routing all too much, but great to see that the captain has it. Unfortunately, just letting their level 3 misfinder just rip, but still managed to keep JUNKLION pressured into the corner, finding more and more hits, but not getting these full extensions and these hard knockdowns. Just giving JUNKLION more opportunities than they should be getting.
Yeah, the Johnny life, when you're trying to combo a lightweight, those are generally the replays. And JUNKLION chose to not go into that Blitz War anymore. They did have the meter.
Yeah, they're looking to conserve meter for the next round. Wait a minute.
Right, immediate burst. I think any burst that you can manage to get off against Johnny is a you're probably happy that you got that.
Except the only thing is that the problem with bursting Johnny is that even when you do connect it, this character is long range, has that laser beam of a move available to themselves, so they just were like, oh yeah, you burst me mid-screen, work? Alright.
Let's see if the routing can work here. No, completely misses the swipe.
Oh my god. The 6K YRC just instantly teleports into your face, and we're gonna see the IK off the side. I hated you, dude.
Is it that short? I thought it's because the animation is kind of based on Johnny's 5 heavy, is it? But it seems like it has less reach than the actual move itself. Damn.
Honestly, what's more BM? Just straight up whiffing the IK and then getting double thrown, or the IK itself?
And then at that point, when you realize that your opponent just like whiffed their IK attempt, like if you weren't mashing out of that stun, I think you're gonna be too late. You would have to have mashed before that, like mashed for your life, basically.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that was that was something. GG's JUNKLION, my bad. Couldn't absolutely style him on to win it out in the end. So, in the meantime, we're going to be getting Shadow Freak versus StaleDevil coming up next. While we wait for those players to assemble, we are in the halfway mark of code claims. So thank you everybody who's claimed codes so far. Thank you for the Strive gang for pulling up for some of these code claims. To the rest of you that have, was it 15 out of the 40 viewers here that haven't claimed codes yet, do it. Do it right now. Hit those code claim buttons and support these players who are dropping IKs just for your entertainment.
I dare you, I double dare you.
Support, dare you, do it.
Alright, well, Stale made it out the previous tough match, and now perhaps another tough one ahead of them.
I think this one's going to be quite fun for StaleDevil because Shadow Freak is a player that definitely likes to also present themselves quite heavily with a lot of normals being thrown out in the neutral. So to be able to just find an opportunity and just get like that, a couple counter hits here and there is going to be working out quite nicely for StaleDevil.
Raven might be one of those characters who, like, just swinging your good buttons can sometimes accidentally catch Soul from these wild things, such as like that! The 5 heavy! StaleDevil ends up colliding into that from the Riot Stamp. The pressure, 2 big catches, and...
Oh, okay, interesting routing, but does find the Fafnir afterwards, humbling him towards the corner here, but Shadow Freak finally out here, and the DP is gonna stun on top of it, what?
Optimal Ender as well, take a little bit of extra burst out of Shadow Freak's gauge. That is especially relevant when your opponent is like super low on burst.
Yeah, absolutely. Just claim as much of that burst away going into the next round, but a nice 6p plus the counter hit confirmed coming out here from Shadow Freak is going to try and cut StaleDevil short, getting a few hits slowly but surely, driving towards the quarter, but the Ride Stab instantly going over the distraction of YRC has to be used to recover here from Shadow Freak.
The classic situation when you're holding on to that blitz. Oh, but now Stel back in the corner.
Yeah, oh, that's a big bringer. And we're going to see a good old Dust Loop come out, the namesake of the wiki. Fortunately, no Ender, but does get that 2D and another stun on top of it. How many stuns have we had in this bracket already? It's like 4.
Yeah, this is
5.
old Guilty Gear. Its stuns are very... What? What?
Stop! Stop! Slow down, what the fuck?
Is situations like this will definitely favor the Soul player. Soul is like the brawler. And you can see like StaleDevil reaching for that desperate air throw attempt. And even if it whiffs, you're gonna get a jump heavy, which is like one of the safest buttons to ever put out in the game.
Absolutely, 0 recovery, and there we go. What more to add to this volatile match than the danger state? Both players already training early with that mortal counter, and StaleDevil finding that 2D hit. Interesting rounding on the 5Ps with the OTG, but again, another 2D mortal counter.
Wait,
full conversions though.
2D doesn't, like, I guess on mortal counter, if you just cancel into your usual combo, which would be like counter hit 2D into Gunflame, it just doesn't work on mortal.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because generally your mortal combos are not going to be cancels. You never cancel a mortal counter. You dash cancel it.
Yeah. Could do that definitely, or just go into the same special twice. Currently, both players vying for that final hit to claim the rounds. Shadow Freak a little lower here than StaleDevil, so has to watch a little bit. And just like that, the scratch OTG is going to do it as Shadow Freak claims the rounds, potentially going to be tying up the set here. We will see.
Ooh, got a combo pick up from that needle? That's a very rare one. Haven't seen that very often.
Definitely just swanging out buttons. You will get a pickup eventually. StaleDevil trying to approach on Shadow Freak, but Shadow Freak with that optimal keep away game here snatches him straight out of the air, building himself a grip of excitement. Again, that JD coming out, baits out the burst, the DP, and he's going to be hitting some more, the zoning off the orb, but finds the right stamp, pushing Shadow Freak into the corner at last.
Oh, okay, it works out! And with that amount of excitement, that should be enough, right?
Should be enough, especially with the fact that this thing can Guts Crush quite handily, and Shadow Freak will be finding the kill off of it, tying up the set.
That's like every single hit in Guilty Gear is at least 1 point of damage, and that super being like how many hits? I can't remember from the top of my head, but somewhere between 30 and 40 or something like that. It's a
more billion.
Yeah. Ooh, get a cross up from the Gunflame. Stel really loves that setup.
It's a routing option for sure here, and so far paying off quite nicely. StaleDevil with a solid life lead is getting the wild throw, tries to bait out the burst, but Shadow Freak holding on to it, only to get it baited out on the next interaction. Great beat combo, but the damage is very real, and StaleDevil finds themselves on set point.
Yeah, really keen senses. Drop, like, even though Stel wasn't able to get the burst out on the first bait, just committed into it, just feeling that it's gonna come out sooner or later.
It's gonna come out,
second time is the charm.
Oh, big snatch coming out here from Shadow Freak. Unfortunately, OTGing, not being able to pick up. Still does find the wake-up throw, gets a nice little conversion into the ground Viper, dragging Shadow Freak all the way towards the corner. Does mix up tricky. Oh.
This ain't gonna heart knockdown though, but still now pretty meter starved. Doesn't matter if you counter hit DP, cancels into another one though.
Group. Oh, good blocks. Unfortunately, he finds the Dalsum low here. Does get that bandit Revolver to push him down to the ground. Blitz War is going to come out on top for StaleDevil. Doesn't get the knockdown. Again, bursting into the corner. Here comes the Dragon installed. The big DP going completely the wrong way, but tries to go for the command grab throw, but again, not converting off of it. Is the combo long enough to...
Yeah, that was really good presence of mind by Shadow Freak. Oh, no, the tail! What? I was about to say, the tail end of the Grand Viper is always what gets people. It hits so many times, you gotta be holding FD towards the right direction.
You weren't close enough. Welcome back, Holy Order Soul.
Alright, getting a strike in there just in the nick of time before the BB comes online. That trade is kind of neutral.
Yeah, opting to not stagger match there, I guess, but finally catching the Riot Stamp attempt. RC into, I guess, a bit of Oki. Tries to YRC, jumps over the Gunflame, getting a little bit of hits in, but still forcing their way out from the corner. Is looking to break that life deficit his way. Does find that JP over, jump in. Oh, JP air to airs.
Where's the burst gonna come from? Stale is hunting for it. There it is, gold one!
Yeah, and he even flashed the FD, trying to get his gold burst of his own, but it's not going to land. Nail waiting there to catch him, trying to Riot Stamp out. He's going to be using the Bandit Bringer to cross over RC again, keep the gunflame pressure going, but chip kill!
Yeah, it's hard to remember. It hits twice, and like especially if you're fuzzy jumping, you're usually gonna let go of the FD like momentarily during your jump input, so you might get that tagged by the second hit of the Bandit Revolver as well, in that kind of niche situation where the second hit of the special move would chip you out.
Also, Garfield, we just had meter. What? Why were you not FDing on chip kill?
Yeah, it's tough.
If you FD, you're not as plus. Yeah, great plus being dead. Awesome. Here we go. Eixon versus the Captain coming up next. So while Eixon is in character select, hopefully, I don't know what they're thinking up there. We still are on that 25 codes claimed halfway mark, so there is still plenty of room for other people to tap in and claim those codes. So make sure to hit that exclamation mark Matcherino, heading over to the link and click the claim code button and sign in if you haven't done so already, and support these players as we're getting right into Eixon on Baiken versus the Captain on Johnny.
Yeah, the Captain had to, in the previous match, eliminate the other big Baiken player, JUNKLION, and now the next challenge is here. Eixon, perhaps a tougher opponent, who knows? We'll see how it turns out to be here. Yeah. Went for a red parry there, so got locked into the animation.
Yeah, unfortunately, no conversion coming out for the Captain, but still finds the opportunity to challenge. Does have that level 3 found themselves, and pressing into a parry, not the way you want to go. Does use that burst, tries to hunt down, but the wrong misfinder is not going to be able to get that pickup. Still finds that OTG coin for level 2 and advancing forward with the YRC to throw punish a zombie attempt.
Nice, clean spike Kasu, and then into the throw mix-up. It's looking good if Captain can get this. Yes, indeed. You look so good when Johnny combos are working.
Absolutely, just fucking bouncing him against the wall, getting that Zweihander knockdown. Look at this. But unfortunately, a little too far away for that Zweihander, but still able to check and finds the laser beam conversion. Is it enough to kill? Not quite, but the pixel hell situation, can the Captain find it quite comfortably? We will see, and Dope Shot will do it.
Yeah, it's at this point when you're trying to shave the last pixel of your opponent, it's some sort of a Swai, right? It's like either like a double jump from above, or then the most classic, the Swai travel YRC.
Absolutely, but wow, what a throw coming out here from the Captain. Is going to go straight into that level 3 conversion. Very nice placement of the coin, not a whole lot of damage, but you do love this stature in. Big hit out from Eixon.
Good routing there, even like before the burst was an option, made sure that we get that level 3, even if you get it off. Backdash into, there we go, into that 3. Ooh, misses it this time though. So now the Captain will have to work for that level, but can to a certain extent substitute meter for those levels and those coins.
Yeah, so far sitting on that level 2, hasn't spent it out just quite yet, but will do so here. No full conversion, has that one last meter, but you just suddenly teleported in his face. Like, what's up?
That's I think that was a missed step treasure hunt conversion. So just got the step, but not the treasure hunt.
Might just be, but great recovery from the misinput, getting that 6k YRC into throw. So the captain starting off nice and strong against Eixon, getting that first game win.
Ooh, got the backdash. Lots of active frames in. That gets the parry as well. That's going to go into a big combo. Now, big question. Am I going to burst immediately or am I going to hold it? Looks like Captain is going to persevere still and save it.
Yeah, try to get that Tsubaki hit, but it's not going to work out. Slowly falls into that 5k. Menacingly approaches, but it is going to be the captain that's going to be thrown into the corner here.
Try to go for a little more safe, burst safe variant. So like jumping backwards instead of forwards. Nice read there. Got the recovery of the parry. Or actually, I can't remember if it's like... There's like two different kind of scenarios where you go into landing recovery and when you don't with that air parry, but I forgot how the rules work. Exactly.
I mean, I think either way, you're safe enough to just stay inside of their effective range, and as soon as both of you hit the ground, you just throw your throw out before they can RPS you once again with another parry or a button press.
Ooh, the slow IAD of Johnny working against the captain here. Any other character almost that IAD would have been good.
Absolutely, so Eixon here starting off nice and strong here. The captain finding 1-2 peak trade, but still not able to get their footing just yet. Still has burst available, so we'll see if that gets used anytime soon. YRC on this wide, trying to trade positions, fly over, but we'll see a lot more zoning coming out here from Eixon, using those Satamis, but there it is. Captain finds a throw, and he's going to be converting into that level 3 string as well as that corner carry.
Yeah, kind of long job to wrap up. We have the level 3 though. Drop combo, or perhaps a burst bait that is not going to pay off for the captain. And then Eixon picking up the more burst safe route here is the, like, out of the throw, when you back jump instead of, you know, forward jump, it makes the combo, I think, a little lower damage, but it gives you a, you know, as you saw, the burst is gonna whiff if they actually go for it.
Absolutely, and seeing Eixon getting a little bit more of their footing on how to deal with the captain especially, as you can see there, tried to play it a little slower, and slowly walk back and forth, watching for what Eixon is doing, seeing if they can call out a parry or not.
Oh, 6k! The throw inable! It's your primal Guilty Gear reaction. Good throw. Primal Guilty Gear reaction to try to fuzzy throw them on the landing, but that's exactly where Baiken 6k comes in and is unthrowable.
Yeah, throw invuln. Very nice stuff there, and so far a dominating performance coming out here from Eixon, keeping the captain locked into the corner. Big hit, but unfortunately drops. Captain finally out here, and just like that, gets a throw going. Eixon does have burst, but I was about to say you don't quite want to use burst here on this, what should have been arguably a winning round, but I guess just wants to absolutely make sure to close it out as soon as possible. Dropping off the RC throw.
Ooh, got the coin out of that conversion, so that fixes our problems for now.
Yeah, though down to the last point, has to be careful. A good throw tag, but this is that heavy slash.
Yeah, I was about to say there are other pressing matters such as the lack of life left. Wow, Eixon just completely commits to that, holding that parry.
Yeah, crazy stuff here. Put into the corner, and there we go. The far slash going to be connecting as well as that level 3 laser beam. It's going to be massive damage, but Captain has to be careful here. It's down to the last 2 coins. Does bait it out. One last coin. Has that YRC or those RCs to substitute for the lack of coins. Good life lead advantage here, but Eixon finds a couple buttons to push themselves out of the corner.
I like how the captain also played that burst bait situation, because previously they did the coin dash immediately forward and Eixon got the burst, but this time he's staying outside of range so that the burst doesn't get them. Nice reaction against the reversal parry. There's a couple of different ways you can go about trying to bait that reversal parry. One is, you know, hard read it, go for the throw. The other one is jump in with an attack level 0 or attack level 1 move, I think, which can make it a safe jump.
Absolutely, but so far I think the captain goes the way of those hard reads. He's quite enjoying that as both players here on that set point. So Eixon starting it off nice and strong, but captain still has that burst and does find that throw and is going to be dragging Eixon into the corner. No knockdown, but does have that level 3 available.
What a drive-by with the jump heavy there. But now captain
dropping.
Or what is going on? Guilty Gear hitboxes.
whatever it is, it's working out for the captain's favor, right? Keeping Eixon locked into that as a corner, so Eixon this time just opting to not side swap, but force captain to the other side of the screen, with the captain finding an opportunity to get that far slash, that TK overhead. Not connecting as an overhead, but still catching the back dash.
Yeah, these are kind of stray hits. This is the first relevant one.
Okay,
First
almost
off.
burst. Ooh, nice anti-air finder, and this time no Azami to check for that, and the captain is going to be taking it 2-1 over Eixon.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're in the air. Fire the laser beam. Is one of the only characters who you can't really dead zone by being in the air if they wanna gamble with the level 2 and especially the level 3. It's so fast, so far, and you gotta be holding FD against that. The most dangerous proposition or the most difficult proposition of all.
Yeah, it's one of those things, but as well as the fact that like you don't necessarily need to hold FD as the Baiken, right? You can just air dash in and get that Azami going, but it's so fast, like you said, that it's almost, you have to be aware of this option, and you have to get quite the prediction that they're going to go for it, and if you don't do it on time, you just kind of fall right in front of them, holding that parry. He goes like hello and just chucks you into the air.
All right, we were joking about this earlier, but Pida does indeed go with the main character here and not taking the Axel mirror.
Alright, so I'm impressed that Pida is playing two characters at the same time. I guess he's controlling the Axel with his feet or something.
Oh shit! I mean, he's probably good enough to do that. But who is it gonna like simulate to win here? Is it his main ego or his alter ego?
Oh, we'll see, but so far alter ego here throwing out a lot of throws, getting Pida in towards the corner. Now that zoning is going to be coming out. Does find the stance against the Rensen, but still Pida, Pida. It's Pida, whatever. AxlGod controlling the space.
Uh-oh. I think one hit kills here, so AxlGod has to be really, really careful.
But so far zoning working out quite nicely. Didn't press into the super, but that 100 meter will allow Pida to just force their way in. Baits out the Ben 10. He's getting close to that round kill here. Patience from AxlGod. A lot of IBs, but a counter hit is going to be coming out. Orb to keep the pressure safe. Has that 50 meter available. Yeah, just too many hits. Eventually AxlGod will crack.
That's why it's so difficult in this matchup. Like, in almost every other matchup, you just happily throw the Rensen around, but not this one. If the Rensen connects with the parry stance, you're kind of fucked at this point. Pida is full excitement. Look at this! This combo provided by the full excitement bar.
Absolutely. Reminder that the Raven stance doesn't increase its excitement based on damage or anything. No, it's the amount of hits, and Rensen doing three quick hits is exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, it's kind of like a win condition. Like through that logic, I'm gonna check my tier chart. That must make this super Raven favorite, right? Let's see. Raven. So. Yeah, it's massive Raven favorite match.
Fair enough.
According to my my data sheets.
And also, a quick reminder, this is a winner finals match, so this is going to go to the first of 3 distance, so AxlGod does have the space to counter-adapt against Pida, but Pida has also the opportunity to just completely and overwhelm AxlGod here.
Set up there with a disjoint, all that scratch, completely able to avoid the bend somehow. However, that parry doesn't care how far the opponent is, it's gonna latch if you guess if it's high or low. Uh-oh.
So AxlGod's getting close to that round win, but the excellent dash forward from Pida is gonna go straight through the Rensen, but does find that parry, base the burst out on top of it, and AxlGod can't continue.
These are the kind of reads that you gotta make happen if you wanna take a stab at the toughest motherfucker in the food chain. Now Pida 0 burst going into this round. Could this be the opening?
So far, starting off the pressure nice and strong. Despite the burst, immediately back right in AxlGod's face. Parry eating the 2D attempt, and again stuck in the corner. Throws out the orb, and the 2HS clearing through all of it.
Interruption, and now... Ooh, I like that from AxlGod. However, got joined there. It's the fireball YRC. If it comes from that far of a distance where Pida played it, often the best solution is just jump out of it. And, you know, as they're approaching you, they're not really... Like, the situation still favors them, but they paid so much for that projectile YRC that it's often not worth it.
Absolutely, and so far a lot of IBs coming out here from Pida as they do find those overheads hits and putting AxlGod towards the corner. Gets the blitz tap, but unfortunately thrown for their troubles. That's an interesting outcome.
Yeah, I think wanted to avoid the RPS of blitz back, so tried to throw Pida on landing. Pida said, nah.
Me throw instead, and also just a complete Rensen eaten up by the stands. Look at the resources on the side of Pida. Has that full stick of butter, using it to force their way in. Get that...
God, not only is the stance the natural enemy of the Rensen, but Pida has also been dashing through it just like that from like what? 2K?
This is low profiling under the Benten, just like a slight port. Yeah, there is a slight portion of Benten that doesn't quite hit that low, I believe, and he's able to just hit you with a quick stanky leg.
I wonder if the active frames of the Benten were already over there, or if that's actually. I think the 2K shouldn't have. It's not disjointed, at least, if I recall correctly. So that must have already been on the recovery.
We will see indeed. So we'll try to see if AxlGod can get any footing in this match. Put one on the board at the very least. So far, Pida looking quite dominant indeed.
Now trying to fish for another Rensen. AxlGod not giving it just yet. Yeah, this is really awkward kind of dynamic. If Pida goes aggressively for that stance, then you probably have to advance on him. Because you can't strike. The only RPS against that stance is to go and throw it. If you let it rock, it will eventually start building excitement for Pida. And it does it really fast as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like that, Pida making a quick reversal of that strong opening from AxlGod. Is going to be using the Victoria to try and close out this round, knowing that Pida using this super, it will do the trick, but AxlGod is refunded a lot of that burst gauge for that kill.
Now, the more I think about this matchup, the more I never want to be the Axl side of it. It's like that one tool, the stance that ruins everything. But now, laying a little bit of a rush down here.
But not able to find that knockdown.
Problem is, Axl not the greatest of the rushdowns. Ooh, the Rensen YRC working here, and Pida kind of low on health. The tech chase? I think Pida, yeah, is gonna hold on to that burst, so take the L here. This round didn't go so well, but next one, we're fully charged.
We shall see indeed. Pida is still on that set point, so AxlGod is going to have to make this one count if he wants to stay alive in this set against Pida. So far, it's starting off quite nicely here, but Pida does have that full excitement, so he needs to keep the pressure going to try and drain that excitement meter, but that scratch is going to stop the timer right there.
The Reclide doing a little bit of a reaction check. Are you ready to 6B? Answer was no, and Pida comes through with a big Twitter combo. It indeed will, no need to even ask. Bam! With that little bit of risk and all the resources in the world, you're going down.
Absolutely great 3-0 from Pida, advancing on to that oh-so comfortable winner's side of Grand Final. So AxlGod will not be the end of their run this evening just yet, as they're going to be hanging out in the losers finals, waiting on the winner between StaleDevil versus TheCaptain.
4 players remain. The winner of this next match will get the pleasure of going against AxlGod and then perhaps taking a stake at the Emperor himself, but let's see how it goes. Stale? Oh, this one again. So Stale and Captain have had so much history for the past couple of weeks. So last week it went kinda even in terms of set wins. So first in the winners bracket, Captain put StaleDevil down into the losers bracket, and then in the losers bracket just before the was pretty late into the bracket where Stale took the Captain down, finally vanquishing the little bit of a bracket demon.
Absolutely. So unfortunately, I missed that for some CF action. So we'll see if we're going to see some more of the storyline develop right here, as we're going to get StaleDevil Soul versus the Captain Johnny.
Yeah, it's like a lot of things can happen if you just look at single games, and like especially double elimination brackets. A lot of stuff can happen, but the most important thing is consistency. Now, the consistency of StaleDevil is gonna be put to under the microscope here. Can he take out the captain again? Sort of establish a position and saying, yeah, you're not my bracket demon. I can take you down again.
Absolutely, especially because Eixon is now out of the equation, so he doesn't have to deal with those zombies anymore. The Baikens are out, so now we are playing to tussle. We're playing into a bunch of players that like to press buttons, and Captain is one of those.
Ooh, straight into Gunflame. But the Unclean hit, still not quite able to convert that. Yeah, the level 3 in the pocket.
Oh,
yeah,
there it is.
Anything. I love that because like Stale would hit a special move there.
Yeah, he had that timing down really well, but still out of coins. Does find that 5p anti-air down to that last pixel situation, and a great timing on that heavy slash is going to blow right through the blitz hold.
Yeah, weaker player would just throw that because that's the easiest play, but the captain is like, nah, we're taking the big money.
Oh, what? Pick up, and again, challenging the fact that the captain's timing has been super on point lately.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most important things that you always want to have against Soul players. Your timings have to be precise. Finishing the combo, and now... Oh, speaking of the timings, I think this time it was a little bit on the stealth side to be able to get out of the... Wait,
the Baka sign, okay, it's still safe enough. It's going to be bursting straight off of that ride stamp. Just reversal revolver, putting the captain into the corner, but does find an air throw to try and calm Stale down a little bit. But speaking of calming Stale down...
Great choice there, because Stale loves to go into that air command grab very often. Hitting that with a 6p, but now hammering down. The chip damage is not quite enough, and sees the slowdown frames. Able to see what is coming. Riot Stamp. All right, let me bring my 6p in. They're never gonna lose against that special move.
And look at the golden smile on Johnny's face. He goes like, yeah.
It's like sort of criminal how often the Riot Stamp does get unchecked by the 6p. It's kind of like you're often, like if you're used to playing against other Soul players that don't really risk it for the biscuit too often, you might forget that, alright, the Riot Stamp might be an option at neutral, so you're not thinking about it.
Actually, always have to be aware of the option, and so far, the insane presses from StaleDevil has been paying out quite nicely. There's a Riot Stamp once again, not going challenged. You do have to be aware that Stale might be able to PRC the option should he choose to, especially that early frame of Riot Stamp to get that instant air, I think we'll go, like, almost get an instant air JP or something.
The other side, going into the burst safe route. Yeah, Captain knows. Bursting against that particular route is very hard. So not risking it. So especially Stale is still on pretty high amount of health here. Just take it to the next round.
So he tries to Fafnir straight in, but he's just gonna eat a little gold coin right in the teeth. And push him into the corner, far slash catching the Riot Stamp attempt. We're gonna see that level 3 into the Zwei. No, just going for the guaranteed knockdown into the Baka sign setup. Presses into the blitz hold, unfortunately, and the setup is just gonna disappear just like that.
I mean, the usual tool against unblockables in Guilty Gear is press blitz, but misses. Never mind the big hitbox of the flames.
Oh, but no conversion just yet. Is still gambling. Finds a big wild throw, but unfortunately uninstalling. But it's safe enough thanks to wild throw. Is going to try and burst Stale to the corner. Laser beams him out from the sky. It's not enough to kill, but Captain is going to have to make this one count. Chucks him off of it. Tries the burst bait, but I think StaleDevil's going to look to hold for this final round here.
Gave Stale another extra chance there at the end, thinking that Stale might burst, dropping the combo on the hard bait, but still able to procure the round. Now Stale starting this round with a full burst gauge ready to go and finds the hit as well. Got the IAD combo down. But the easy part.
Oh,
accident though.
Yeah, very strong start here to try and stay alive. The captain is, oh my god, we're gonna go gamble again. That break just hitting from behind is gonna get this pressure started. Finds the wild throw, should have enough time to pick up at least. And just like that, StaleDevil is gonna be staying alive in this set as we go into the final game of this set. This is loser semifinal, so it's no longer first to 3, and it will be our last first to 2 of this evening.
The situation has recurred so many times where Stale Dragon installs in the corner, like above the captain, and it feels like you couldn't get anything to connect there, but then going down with the Kudakero actually hits behind and forces the opponent into a block stun.
Absolutely ridiculous. And again, the break coming out, putting the captain into a bombo, and just look at the damage he's holding here. A good grip of resources is available for StaleDevil here.
I think there's a lot of options that Stale can play here, but none of those were the optimal ones.
Yeah, not that one. It's going to be trying bursting and try to keep the captain locked in the corner, but the 6P is going to catch some kind of bandit option, and that's going to be a nice conversion coming out from the captain, pushing into the corner. YRC right on your, YRC right on your head. It'll be leading to a nice damage, knockdown on top of it, baits the DP, but the RC to be able to make it safe. The captain laser beams the StaleDevil out of the corner, unfortunately, but the Zwei Hander will do it, and back to set point, the captain goes.
Curse of Soul 5D, one of the fastest in the game. I think 24 frame startup, but one of the most lacking ranges in the game for a 5D as well.
And this time biting himself in the ass here, is going to try and DP more to get some control through the pressure strings coming out from the captain. This time using the 6K, but not, throwing him out of the ground fight there.
I think the captain has had really good like option selecty strings for, you know, all kinds of wake up shenanigans from StaleDevil.
Yeah. That's going to be the late burst coming up from StaleDevil. 1 coin left for the captain. It's going to be missing a misfinder. The right stamp is going to connect. The Fafnir going for the second one. This time getting that hard knockdown. Gamble time.
Guaranteed? Yeah, unless you go for a burst there, there's, I think, nothing that captain could have done. Spend it all for a chance, and that's a good chance as well. Keep the combo long. Yeah.
No, he's a little too greedy this time. If he had the YRC, he would have done it, but he wanted that IK off of the de-install one more time, but the health wasn't low enough for that gold IK.
Yeah, Captain did that as a red IK once, but this time the setup wasn't quite there. You do need like massive amount of extra hit stun, or rather, hit stun to be able to go into the red IK that doesn't stop the time.
I do respect though going for the hype though, but it might be costing you here because Stale is now also on set point and currently is bullying the shit out of you. And yeah, Gunflame stays active, and just like that, StaleDevil showing you how it's done. No, it's showing you how
doesn't show you jack, but then still gets it with a 2D. This event is cursed with the IKs. I think three IKs so far, all of them missed. But I guess still showing a little bit of good showmanship and, gentlemanship, going for the IK as well, and then of course on purpose dropping it because the opponent did as well. So do them a solid.
All is love in this bracket. This is crazy. This game got that soul, man. Like both people just dropping IKs. It's pure cinema.
But it's like I can understand. I am also one of the hardest IK connoisseurs that ever were conceived in this Gear Xrd timeline. So it's the pull is there. It's like when you see the opportunity, it's like you don't think about the W anymore. All you think about is that IK, the history, the stories that will be written and sung of your exploits in the future. And you're like, yeah, clip it, ship it. I'm gonna treasure it. Even on my deathbed, I'm like, yeah, back in 2024, I did a really great IK setup on that StaleDevil there.
Aren't Johnny and Sin like IK dispensers with how long they could just plant you against the wall?
Yes. Although I think since IK capabilities come from, I guess that's fair to assume because you have the charged beak driver, which enables 50 50 tension IKs instead of the usual like 100 tension IKs that many characters universally work with.
Yeah. I think you can do the charge beak driver, leap back in, get that 5d6, and then you know that wall splat is going to set you up for that gold IK. But enough about IK theories, unless we see another one. It is going to be StaleDevil going into the losers final against AxlGod. So AxlGod looking to take it over StaleDevil for that rematch attempt against his main ego Pida, or StaleDevil looking to challenge for that first that oh so juicy SaltyEU.
This might be a little tough for Stale, because I think the sort of what we've dubbed as Turbo Soul shenanigans don't sync too well on Axel, or maybe they do! Round start with a Fafnir!
Hold my beer, he says. Watch this. If a Turbo Soul not syncing against Axel, word? Alright, check this shit out.
And now in this position, none of it matters. You're already in. You're exactly where you want to be.
Ooh, big Fafnir again. This time, nice conversion. And the stun on top of it. Just gonna go for that blitz, but no, timing a little bit off. Doesn't find that kill, but still very low health here for AxlGod. Tries to bend him to stay away, but it's for naught.
That was a really fast smash out of the stun from AxlGod. Their stick or their buttons must have been crying there.
Yeah, I choose to not mash because I like to preserve the quality of my stick. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I only mash out of those in arcade because that's not my equipment.
Just real. So real, and StaleDevil just started off super strong here. Has that 50 tension available, trying to get that burst bait out of AxlGod. AxlGod so far not biting. Finally will here, but just look at that meter, and there we're gonna see the... Oh!
The reaction from Stale! Had the Blitz RPS there, but now on the clock technically. Never mind, TikTok got the hit!
7 golden letters, read them and weep.
Alrighty then. Well, I guess there's the fact that you also have Kudakero, which is usually not the special move that you, like, talk about the most when it comes to Soul special moves, but that special move in particular is probably very useful for this matchup, because the actual matchup is about jumping RPS, and Kudakero gives you another, you know, extra angle, extra timing, extra jumping option.
The full Monty that you need. I mean, Soul has a lot of those air stalls that can make it a little tricky for Axel to land those hits, and just like that, StaleDevil really just forcing his way in constantly off of these breaks that are not being responded to in, I don't know how. I assume you try to IB it or something, or air throwing. Good luck.
Even trading, we were talking about that jump heavy, and you know, even from that distance, it's so hard to. I've never seen jump heavy lose clean during its actives. I swear on me mom.
That's fair. That button's a bit ridiculous. I mean, it's one of those meta narratives where Daisuke is just like, yeah, Soul's the strongest character. He's my OC. Be nice.
The countermeasures against a potential DP or a throw there. Oh, that actually lands too!
I think I like the idea of the YRC, if I'm not mistaken, that the Rensen could have been active enough to... Oh wow, he's going for a greedy, as we said here.
But the opponent doesn't have a burst there, Stale. Hello?
I think he just wanted to be like, hee 5p, and then you're going to attack, and I'm going to throw, and it's going to look really cool.
There is the fact that Soul has an abnormal feature. He has an extra stun modifier on his air throw, so that's why you often see a lot of like air throw reset stuns, especially from Souls. Might have just wanted to go for a flashy one there and get a stun, perhaps. Maybe an IK.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, oh my god.
The round start RPS has certainly favored Stale. I think this is a case of just like being sort of misaligned with the opponent's RPS layer. It's like AxlGod not quite finding the right options against, yeah, once again, instant air dash into a DP. Usually probably would be able to like 6p or something out of that, but if the opponent has a DP, air DP,
he's not letting go of the gas here, just straight, all gas, no brakes, but it is AxlGod that is going to find the hit, tries to force his way into with the break, but a big bandit bringer in Dragon Install is going to do a lot of damage, going into the command grab, going into the double command grab. Oh, it's just going to kill, okay.
Yeah, Stale definitely like one of the most lapped things for Stale is the Dragon Install combos. You better know that he probably has the optimal conversion and can probably kill you from somewhere around half hit points, depending on how much meter we got to spend.
Absolutely. Now we're going to see a lot more of that zoning from AxlGod as he tries to push him into the corner. And there it is, the 6P on the bandit, on the right snap. It's just that easy.
First natural 6P, but how much is it gonna do if you collide with the... Oh, it's lots of counter hits.
Oh, basement Ben 10 out on top of it. Tries to bait the burst, but doesn't. AxlGod not quite biting just yet. Run under and slight rock, but still getting a knockdown of some swords. Baits the DP again. Gets that air throw reset. RC for the extension here. And again, trying to bait that burst, but AxlGod just not biting.
It's like, you're gonna have to burst eventually, I guess, or what, yeah, you could also take it to the next round. I mean, if the opponent is insistent on getting that, then, like, every single one of those hard baits is kind of worth a burst. So you're getting endless stream of bursts without having to use the burst.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, just like, I guess what StaleDevil is doing against AxlGod here, this bounce, is like literally just trying to jump scare him. Like, he just brutally runs at him. He's like, all right, let's go.
Back with the throw. Got out of the corner, but still staying on him. AxlGod, where? How? What is happening? Please help! Send help right now.
Get me out of this guy. This character's too unga help. A lot of air dashing, but AxlGod finding the 2S, a little sanity through the haze of chaos. And, no, it's so evil.
Yeah, in the end, it's the threat of the chip damage. Still having definitely lots of fun here, and AxlGod just not able to find the right options. It's understandable. You've played against any other Soul player in the past, and then you have to go against Stale. If you don't know how Stale plays, and even if you do know, if you haven't properly played against it before, and if you're not in the right mindset, it mindfucks you. It seriously does.
Especially because, like, you're so used to a certain, like, at some point you do come across a pretty, like, generic playstyle in Soul. We talk about there's, like, a ton of character expression in the Guilty Gear Xrd game, but at some point there's always going to be, like, the core tenet truths of, like, what is optimal for Soul. Yeah, not on StaleDevil.
Oh, look at this. Let me show you how to do it.
No.
I love this. It's like Pida basically being like, "Oh, that was painful to watch. Now let Big Brother come and show you how it's done."
Yeah, and you're already seeing immediately those 3Ks just to check the running advance, and again, just completely lamed out. Ben 10 going through, just complete in control, and as soon as he hits one hit, instantly bursts like, "Nope, we run that again."
Yeah, it's all about the right buttons at the right times. It's like you're not seeing, like, something you're not seeing from Pida is hesitation. No hesitation at any point. It's some kind of a button, DP or whatever. You know that Stale is coming for you, so control the space as much as possible. Oh, he tried to do the forbidden thing. If Pida times that correctly, then the second hit will come out and you get a mix-up out of that, but he missed it this time.
Yeah, and just like that, a clean punish after the Bandit Bringer during DI, and that's going to be Pida taking the first round here. He even stole the color. What do you mean stole the color? It's AxlGod this whole time.
Right, because Pida's main egos, or like, I guess main ego's color would be the yellow, the banana color.
Yeah. Now just again waiting on StaleDevil to commit an option. StaleDevil definitely a player that likes to press a lot, so Pida does know that he can kind of just play it a little bit at a distance, and eventually StaleDevil will just come to you naturally. Oh heavens.
Ooh, got so much bounce there. Another attempt. And Pida doesn't have the burst yet, so this will cause a lot of damage.
Honestly, kind of surprised. I felt like it could have done more, but there we go. The Dragon Install is going to come out. Pida going for the super, and it does connect. RC for the extension, try to beat it out, but it's not quite going to work. Gold burst to keep him at bay, and the Ben 10 to close out the first game.
the gold burst there at the end was a slightly risky proposition by Pida, but yeah, worked out this time. Is the worst case scenario is of course if you spend it and then you somehow still lose, especially since Stale was on Dragon Install, so another funky things can happen.
Yeah. Absolutely. Always going for the excitement, but yeah, using that Axel cross-up move to just be able to get out of the corner quickly. You don't want to be put into the nightmare hellscape that is corner pressure from StaleDevil.
The dunk, Pida still holding on to that burst, but there are a lot of considerations for using it this round. What? That's how you call out the riot?
Okay, just jump at him and bandit revolver. Cool, man. I hope these games don't end up on replay theater. Oh my god, the Sparrowhawk stance. Gonna catch out the right stamp.
Does a lot of damage.
Pida fully in control of the game in spite. Oh my god, what a 2S. That early bandit revolver trying to catch maybe a jump back or something else. Pida ready with that 2S timing to also not be pointing it the wrong way. What?
So look how Pida plays. He like really doesn't commit to a lot of the standard like slow recovery moves such as like 2P, 2 heavy, 5B, Rensen. He knows that Stale is gonna come eventually. And how much do you see Stale moving on the ground? And if he doesn't, why would I use Rensen? Why would I use any grounded pokes?
Yeah, just use these big normals that cover the air approach, maybe just jump back, throw out your own air normal. And just like that, keep StaleDevil at bay, try to charge up, but doesn't catch the dragon, the ground vipers enough. You're still nicely on that life advantage, but you're gonna have to find your way out of here eventually.
Got a straight hit. Maximum damage, and now it's actually Pida who's moving forward! But is that gonna pay off at all? Pida still holding on to the burst. What was that?
Okay, sure, try to go for a funny meme there, but still has that slight life lead here, but we're gonna see the Dragon Install come out. Ben 10 not gonna connect, burst right through, and that's a bit of a disaster there for Pida. Unfortunately getting caught up by the chaos of the Dragon Install, and is gonna be losing a burst as they go into the final round of game 2.
Yeah, repeat of the last game. It's the kind of same situation. If Pida gets the burst off, he's probably guaranteed to win, but now missing it, and Stale has a massive advantage. Look at this one combo into another one. I think he's really close to a stun. Too bad Stale dropped that though.
Oh, nice air to air, but still he is on the super life deficit here. Nevertheless, you can always count on Stale to just run at you.
Out of the corner and down with that. Oh, Stale actually getting around here. And I think, you know, one of the like primary reasons why that happened is because Pida went for that very risky burst there. And it's such a massive disadvantage to go into the next round without any save me button.
Yeah, didn't have the opportunity to just say like, no, we want to go back to full screen and try again. But this time, Pida starting off a lot stronger, a lot more stable here. Unfortunately, eats a break, but does find the bent and okay, that's what a conversion.
And another one. The downside is, of course, Benten on block is always kind of weak. Nice DP.
Okay, this time try to throw out that low hit from Sparrowhawk stance to preemptively call out the ground viper, but ultimately didn't need it, and Rensen honestly will do it. So here a nice round advantage for Pida and gets the trade combo, but unfortunately drops the Sparrowhawk link.
He's waiting, look at that spacing, backdash, sees that Stale is not quite landing in there, so anti-airing the landing with the 2K. All these different anti-air.
Ooh, the footsies, look at the jump back, narrowly avoiding the ground viper, just like that, converting Stale to the other side of the screen. Good, solid life advantage, run up Benta and just check for it. Definitely was expecting for it to block in this, what? Wait,
it's lovely. Huh? The Rensen actually just catches the riot stamp, where many other characters might have to consider something that deviates from their normal pressure plan. It is just like, alright, my Rensen does quite a lot of things here. Quite a lot of things that Stale likes to do.
Yeah, absolutely crazy business here. So Pida now one game away from closing it out. We'll see if they can make any of the moves happen. like that. Checking the low, half health already gone here from StaleDevil. StaleDevil needs to force their way in here and start some of that crazy pressure going, but Pida just catching him at every opportunity. Doesn't hit that Sparrowhawk stance, but still fully in control. But the JD counter hit is going to be a nice start here for StaleDevil.
Right, once again, the big burst RPS meta game begins. When are we spending? Is it gonna go out? Oh, DP's out of it, but the goal, that doesn't connect, does it? No, not quite. Both players whipping back and forth.
Oh my god, Pida is willing to challenge against it. Oh, and then Ben 10 to do it. Pida now on set point, or no, tournament point here, getting ready to take it all against StaleDevil.
And this time, it is Pida who starts this important round with a full burst gauge. Does not choose to burst this big starter for Stale, though. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, right? Didn't even break half health, so it's not too bad. You can always just take it a little bit more calmly. And that's going to be a good burst point, right? You don't want to go back into the corner once again, now lower on health. DI.
Very early into the round. Finds the hit. Finds another one. This could be very close to a kill. It was
forcing every OTG hit.
Well, I guess not too bad. Even though Stale lost all the meter there at the end, still have a lot of health to spend.
Okay. Yeah, 2D will do it. 2D's good. 2D's okay.
Was probably, yeah, expecting Pida to actually react to that instant air dash, so went in with the air dash blitz.
It is quite something here, but Pida now desperately trying to find some kind of escape against the chaos that is StaleDevil. StaleDevil staying right on top of Pida, so it's not quite working out just yet, but now able to find a bit of reprieve, getting to that zoning gameplay that Axel is quite good at.
Stale reaching for one of the go-to tools. Oh, but that jumpy! The burst.
Yeah, JD.
No burst yet. Pida doesn't even have to burst. Can save it for the next situation.
Oh, does get the ground throw after the Bandit Bringer not connecting. Doesn't quite confirm the combo fully, but there we go. RC, red IK, base the DP. Oh, okay, doesn't actually use the red IK, but still, nonetheless, baits a DP with a quite stylish finish on top of it. Pida is going to be taking SaltyEU Xrd Rev 2, number 29 PC bracket, 3-1 over StaleDevil.
I think technically a real IK there. I think at some point there, Pida might have, like, he was very close to a 100, so it was either, it was just a bit short of building it, or during one of those sequences might have used an FD break or something and lost like 1 meter, and then it wasn't quite at the 50 meter mark during the activation.
Yeah, absolutely. But still some interesting placements to come out here on out of it. Well, Pida usually on their first place, but StaleDevil making a nice second place appearance. AxlGod also, I believe, their first Salty appearance, or at least been a while since we last saw them. And of course, the captain gradually, slowly but surely inching themselves closer to that first place position. I think every time I've been commentating, the captain has been there and has always been gradually sliding one to the left and then up on this top 8er here. And of course, well played to everyone else. Thanks for everyone for hopping in. Of course, everybody that claimed codes, we haven't been shilling it all too much, but we did manage to claim 30 codes in the end. So there's still an opportunity to claim those last 20 and get Pida that big old spicy kebab. We still have 50 viewers, so that's definitely doable. But I think that will be all from us this evening.
Yeah. What a nice bracket. What a you know. I want to say it was like, this is like a horrible bracket, but like I mean it is like the best way possible, because we had all those, like, you know, the IK mishaps and all that. So it's like it was horrible, but it was horrible in the best way imaginable. So GG's to everyone. Again, I'm always happy, you know, when people show up and all that. Especially we saw, you know, Pida caved in, picked Axel in the end, like me really happy. You know, even though we had AxlGod, I guess you know, I don't know what's above a god, but I guess Pida is above that. And yeah, it was again very hype. I also, you know, thank you very much for, you know, being here, because I was eating dinner while this was happening. I was like that.
Yeah.
So you know, thank you very much for hopping on. But yeah. You know, on Friday, as I said, I'm probably gonna do ladder, so I'll let you guys know, like, probably tomorrow, tonight, how that's gonna be. And yeah, so other than that, you know, I'm sure you two also have something to share while I figure out where to send you guys off to.
If you're watching New Age Guilty Gear, then you can check out my stuff at twitch.tv/QKGG. Strive FT7s every Sunday, 5 p.m. CEST or CET now, because we're moving to the other daylight saving time.
Oh, you're trying to change that when I post the announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then on my side, if you're more old school gear, you got the Zero Fundamentals crew, right? Zero Fundamentals or Zero Fundies, as we are on Twitch, where you can find some of our Xrd gameplay when we do host it offline. I am trying to host some more online stuff. We've been quite regularly running bi-weekly some Strive action, and now we're trying to get a rotation going on the off weeks with Undernight, Central Fiction, and Xrd. And as well as in November 24th, we'll be running another offline edition. This one is going to be a community edition, so any member from the community can really bring a game saying, I want to run a bracket for this. And we're like, sure, go for it. See if people want to play that. And we have some interesting choices. I think chess is being played around as one of the options. So we're going to see how we're going to get that streamed or not. And so definitely come check that out. Come check us out. Otherwise, you can always find me at @Yucker_ on Twitter.
So, you know, thank you very much. While that's happening, you know, I figured out I'm gonna send you guys over to Baiken. You know, speaking of the new game of the year, please subscribe, so say hello. And yeah, so you know, again, that's been kind of it from us. Oh yeah, don't forget to post the bracket video match. That is true. Thank you, Stel. I'm gonna do that. You know what? I'm gonna do that right now while I'm talking. But you know, yeah, I already know he's gonna be picking. But yeah, so I'll see you all on Friday, I guess. I'll probably post it again, as I said, tonight or tomorrow. I'll do an announcement. Since I want to do live, you know, it was hype last time. And with that, yeah, again, I thank you very much, everyone, for watching, participating, being here in the commentary. Again, you know, nothing, you know, this whole thing would be done without everyone here. So I'll see you all on Friday or next Tuesday with more Xrd. And with that, it's been me, Raj, Yucker, and QK, and I will see you all some other time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.